Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and most merciful. I welcome again all of you in the virtual learning system of Pakistan International School, Taif. As you know that this is Pakistan International School, Taif online class for class for class 9 student. Subject computer science. This is our eighth video or eighth lecture. Zoom teacher name Imran Ahmed. Zoom meeting ID 332-629-9208. For live question and answer, you can contact me on these days on this timing. Now comes to the real topic in the our previous chapter was chapter number 4, which was data communication, in which we have studied lot of media. Lot of media means two types, guided and unguided. Types of guided media, unguided media. Now we use this media in the computer networks. So this today our topic will be computer networks. This is our chapter number 5. First, in order to start the question answer, it is essential or it is necessary to discuss. First of all, I will discuss what is a network. Network, in the previous lecture, I also revised the network definition, but over here we have just discussed about little bit. Now we will explain this one in detail. Network, when two or more than two devices, I'm not talking about the computer, I'm talking about devices. When two or more than two devices are connected to each other, why connected to each other? In order to share their information is called computer network. Watch over here. The internet definition comes from the networks. Let's say this is a single laptop. You assume that this is a Saudi Arabia. This laptop is Saudi Arabia, and these buttons are different cities of Saudi Arabia, and they are connected to one network. They are making one network. So this is another country, another country, and the whole countries are connected to and make the global networks. So we can call the internet is a global network, or we can say that what is internet? Network of networks is called internet. Networks of network. Now we will study in this chapter what are the benefits of network, drawbacks of network, up to so on. So first short question. Write the short answer of the following question. Describe any three difficulties a company may face in running a business without having a network. It means that it says a company is running, but they don't have the computer network. So how they face the problem? So write the three at least problems. There are more than three, but you will write the three problems the company may face. Number one, they cannot share their data with each other. Share means as we share as we share now information with the you people, so they cannot share although they are working, people are working in the same organization, but they cannot share. Yes, if they can share, only they take the register from one office and bring this register to another office. So in this way they can share, but this is manual system. But if a organization have the internet, a person is sitting on his computer, he can share his file to another person sitting at the another office. So if the company don't have the network, so they cannot share their data with each other. So this one is the major problem. Number two, they cannot share their resources. Resources mean, for example, in a lab you see there are 20 computers are present there, but only one printer is there. Only one printer is there. If I have if I have a network in my computer lab and share this printer to every 20 user in the computer lab. So each and every user can access this printer. Now we cannot buy 20 printer instead of one printer. Okay, so printer, I will share this printer to each and every user. So first, when printer get any response from the user, it will print the photocopy or make the copy for it. So if an organization where the printer is very essential, so they cannot share their resources. I give you one resource. They cannot resource, for example, they cannot resource any other thing, scanner, printer, keyboard, CD-ROM, external CD-ROM, external hard disk. So these are the resources of the computer. But if any company, organization don't have a network, so they cannot share their resources. Next is data redundancy of data every place. Redundancy means duplication of data. Data redundancy means duplication of data. Now I give you the example of data redundancy. Let's say any organization don't have the computer network. An employee file is present in one office, for example, account office, as well as its same file is present at the any other office. So employee is one, and its data is present at the two or three or four different places. So check here, data redundancy. So data is present everywhere. Now what's the problem can occur over here? If a person, that person whose file or whose data is present at the four different places, if he change the address, is if he change his home address or mobile number, he inform at one office, okay, but the other office, its previous address will remains the same, or its previous phone number will remain the same. So these problems can occur every. Now if an organization have computer network and a person is change its address or mobile number, then he will inform at one place, and automatically all other places its data will be changed. So data redundancy, duplication of data everywhere, every place. So these problem a company may face if they don't have computer network. Next one question: what is meant by data transmission? In the previous chapter, chapter number 4, we have studied data communication. Over here, what is data transmission? Data transmission is the process of sending data from one device to another device. It is same as data communication. So from one device to another device, when we communicating, it called data transmission. It consider of the sender, receiver, and the medium which carries the information. So three things are involved as we study in the chapter 4. Three things, essential thing which we know. So sender, the receiver, and the medium. Medium means guided media or unguided media, means wireless or wired. So sender is present over there and recipient is present over there. Data transmission is the process of sending data from one device to another. It consists of sender, receiver, and the medium which carries the information. So this medium, the purpose of this medium is used to carry the information which we send from one place to another place. There are three modes of data transmission. This is very, very important topic. Three modes of data transmission, which are simplex, half duplex, and third is full duplex. Very easy and very important topics these are. Now I give you the full example over here. The next question, half duplex and full duplex are present in the question, next question, but a simplex is not present over here. So I will explain you what is a simplex. A simplex, when, let's say I give you this example, check this diagram. In simplex mode, a sender only send the data while recipient or receiver only accept the data. Means the direction of data is only at one place is called simplex. You will understand this simplex when I will explain the half duplex and full duplex. The example, I will give you the example at that time before we will discuss half duplex and full duplex. Question is differentiate between half duplex and full duplex transmission modes. Half duplex transmission modes and full duplex transmission modes. Focus on this diagram in half duplex transmission mode. This is the why the arrowhead of this one. There are two arrows. One direction is the right side and another is the left side. So half duplex transmission modes can send and receive data information in both direction. Direction, check this direction. If at the time it can send the data and it process that data. And after this one generate output and it accept the data. Let's say a person going to the ATM machine, he send or place the input to the machine, ATM machine, and he press the security code. Then security ATM machine process its information and generate the money to back to the user or computer. So it could be a computer user. So at this duplexion, at this half duplex transmission mode, send and receive data information in both. The direction is at the both side, left to right and right to left, but not simultaneously. So when this device accept the data, at the time he cannot generate the signal. But when he will accept the data, then he will send the data. At that time, he will not, he will only receive or not generate the output. So in this one, but not simultaneously means at that one time, a sender can send the data and recipient will accept the data. At the other end, recipient now send the data and the sender will accept the data. So these are called the half duplex mode. So in which data transmission mode in both direction but not simultaneously. During data transmission, one end is sender and other end is receiver. At this time, when he will send, it is sender and it is receiver. When he will send, it should be called sender and it will, when it will accept, so it will be receiver. Let's say best example of half duplex transmission is ATM machine, or you can say that another example, walkie talkie. On the you will see the police officer, they are on the main road, they are talking to each other. When they complete their wording, this is over, it means that they stop. Now another one receive the say signal, he will communicate, then he will say over. So this is called the half duplex transmission. Next is full duplex transmission. What is the difference between? Over here, that's only the these two lines is converted into one line, but the arrowhead direction, watch here, arrowhead direction, on the both side there are arrows. There is arrow, right side and the left side. It means that over here the sender and receive data information both, but not simultaneously. The difference is only this one, not same. In the full duplex transmission mode is used to transmit data information in both direction, although it was also in both direction, but in both directions simultaneously it can, as soon as it will accept, it will generate, it will accept, it will generate. So we can say that phone communication, mobile communication is called full duplex transmission. For example, telephone and computer networks are full duplex transmission. So where is the simplex? If I cut this one, cut this side, now this one is the simplex. Only sender can send the data and recipient only accept the data. This is called the sender. Let's say doorbell. Someone is coming at the your door and he push the bell. So you will he will generate the noise. Door bell generate the noise. So it is called the simplex. Only sender send the data and recipient accept the data. It is not possible that in the simplex transmission mode recipient generate the data to backward. So in the simplex, only one direction is possible. Sender send the data and recipient receive the data. So if I remove this one arrow or this arrow, it will be simplex transmission. I give you the example of this one. Next one, define computer architecture. Now we are coming to our computer architecture. Network architecture refers to layout of the network that consists of computer. Network architecture means how many things are involved to making a computer network. How many things are involved uh, how many things are involved in making a computer network. So some factors are involved, which are you have the computers, communication devices, software, wired or wireless transmission of data and connectivity between the components. So if we have all of these things, we can make a computer network very easily. If we have all of these things, we can make computer network easily. So I think today is enough. We will move inshallah next further. So this very important chapter. Prepare and learn this chapter. Okay, take care and Allah Hafiz.